What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here on another mock draft Monday. Today we are drafting from the 105 half point PPR typical league format. Let's get into it. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always. All right, let's hop into this draft. So it started off, we had Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, Chase, and Cup go off the board. So looking at who is still available, Tyreek Hill, Ekeler, still on the board. I think normally here I probably would take Tyreek, but that's why I'm going to take Austin Ekeler in this draft just to see how the team turns out. I do view them on the same tier. Ekeler and McCaffrey are very similar tiers to me, or in the same tier to me. I do have Tyreek in that top tier of receivers as well, but want to see how the team turns out when I take the running back to begin. Okay, so Jacobs is on the board here. Mondre's on the board. Not a ton of running backs I like, so kind of glad I started that way. Honestly, at the 208, I will take Davante Adams. I love his value here. Then we come back around. T. Higgins is available. Devonta Smith, don't hate them, but Najee and Joe Mixon are still on the board. I'll take, oh man, this one's tough for me. I'll take Najee Harris here. You know what? I will take Joe Mixon. I think they're both the workhorse backs on their teams, but I think Joe Mixon's a part of a much better offense. Obviously, age is on Najee's side, but I think that is the pick I am going to be happy with. So I'm glad I took him. Burrow is still available. He is a little interesting here. I'll go ahead and snag Keenan Allen, though. I think he's a good value at this point in the draft, the 408. Once he gets, late fourth round, I do like the value on Keenan Allen. Think he'll be, lead that team in targets as long as he stays healthy, and I think they'll be a great offense. I'll take a look at the draft board just so people can see it, know exactly who's going at the other spots as well. Back to the lab. I like to pull up this roster thing here so you can see exactly who I have. I like the tandems I've got. Don't necessarily love the upside of some of them, but I do think investing in the slightly older players, you get some of the discounts, so they might not necessarily have their career years this season. I think all these players, I will say their best years are probably behind them. So that's something to consider moving forward. I will take this shot here. It's a little bit early for me for DJ Moore. And it's a little early for me for George Kittle, but I really don't like these running backs, and it's too early for me to take a quarterback yet. So give me DJ Moore on the Bears in the 5th round. I think once you're drafting him as wide receiver 20th or worse, I think there is some value to DJ Moore. I just don't think he'll have a career year this year. I think he'll be pretty similar to what he was in Carolina is what you're hoping for. But you could be doing a lot worse than that, obviously. Run on quarterbacks went just after that, so maybe if I wanted one of them, I should have taken them in the 5th. Brandon Ayuk is still on the board. I am going to take Brandon Ayuk, especially because I have Mike Williams already. Would have considered either of them there, but give me Ayuk, the other piece of that offense, and the younger player. I do think Brandon Ayuk's best year could still be ahead of him. Had a great year for fantasy football last year, though, as well. Taking a look who we still have out there. I am probably going to pass on quarterback for a while now that the top tier has passed me. Isaiah Pacheco, DeAndre Swift, A.J. Dillon, Gibson. I'll take the shot. DeAndre Swift in the 7th round, I do think, is worthy of a draft pick. Great offensive line. He's looked great in camp. And I do think he's very talented. Every time he's been on the football field, he's been very productive. It's just can't stay healthy. I do like the 2 picks I got after to have Ayuk and Swift on my bench. I like the way this team is forming up. I will take a shot at Khalil Herbert. Offensive lines improved for run blocking this year. Daniel Jones for the Giants. I'm not interested in him really yet. I'll take a shot on Elijah Moore in round 9. 40th plus wide receiver drafted. I think he's value there. And like I said, once I'm past that elite tier of quarterbacks, I'm probably going to snag one of these tier of guys later and just plug and play them. But I think I can go a round or two more before I need to do that. Elijah Mitchell's a high upside pick. I'm going to take Allen Lazard, though. I think he will be the number 2 and can catch a lot of touchdowns. That New York Jets team. Taking a look at who we still got. I keep saying, taking a look at who we still got. But Rondale Moore is still out there. Raheem Mostert's interesting. Henry Miller's a little interesting. I think this is the range, though. I'm going to take Kirk Cousins. Getting him as a 12th quarterback drafted, yes. And he was a QB1 last year, so I like the value. And I'm glad I got him, because if I would have lost out on him, I would have been bummed. I like to doubling up on these QBs and taking like a Geno as well. I just think Geno and Kirk have a lot of upside to them. Let me take Michael Gallup this year. I do think he's a good wide receiver, and he's removed from that injury, a year removed from it. And Geno went, so I missed out on him, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Tight end, none of these guys I'm super interested in, so I'm just going to continue to pass and let these guys go. There's somebody I've got my eye on late that I don't mind taking the shot on, though. You know what? I really don't like any of these other options. I will take him here. Give me Tyler Higbee. I feel like he's going to get a ton of targets in that Rams offense. Not necessarily super high upside, but decent floor play each and every week. That'll give me something. I'll take the upside of Tajay Spears back up for Tennessee. They play Houston twice in the playoffs. And who do we take last? Give me Donovan Peoples-Jones, wide receiver, Cleveland. I already took Elijah Moore, but if it comes out and Donovan Peoples-Jones gets 8 targets week 1, I'll hang on to him and can cut Elijah Moore. And if it's not, I could cut Donovan Peoples-Jones very easily. So let's review the team. We've got Kirk Cousins, Ekeler, Mixon, Davante Adams, Keenan Allen, Tyler Higbee, DJ Moore, Brandon Ayuk, DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert, Elijah Moore, Allen Lazard, Michael Gallup, Tajay Spears, and Donovan Peoples-Jones. I like the team. Like I said, a little bit older, but then I was able to get some younger upside guys on the bench. And yeah, I really like this team, and I do think Kirk Cousins is a guy whose best year could still be ahead of him with the way that offense functions, Jordan Addison in town, TJ Hawkinson, and just the passing volume that they have overall. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always. This has been Fantasy Joe. Thank you so much for watching.